guys, welcome back to the Haunted Shelf, or welcome if you are new. My name's Heather. This is my spooky cozy side of the internet where I talk about reading and crafting. So I am an avid crocheter now, or fibre knitter, yarn goblin of sorts. I also read a lot, so I thought I would take you through my WIPs and frog and finish them, or see what I want to do with them, as well as the rest of the books I want to get to in the end of August, because I am taking part in ARC August, which is a readathon, and there is like a reading sprint dash to the finish called the Dartmoor Dash. So I'm going to show you the books that I am currently in the middle of that I want to finish, and a few more that I might pick up, as well as all the projects that I have kind of found stashed around my house, and whether or not I intend on finishing them, which will then go into my September video that is coming up, or if I'm going to frog them, that means pull them apart, and whether or not I'm going to finish or DNF the books I'm reading. So what I'll do is let me know if you like it this way. If not, we'll change it over. I'm going to alternate sort of book, project, book, project. So let's start with this project. Okay, so this is a reading nook blanket, which is being used with a Karen skinny cake, which is an acrylic, and they come in like big cakes. I'm using a 4.5mm hook, and it's literally just a big blanket. I quite like it. I've got this much left of this cake, and I'm pretty sure I will be using a second one. So I am not frogging this, because this is kind of my snuggle on the couch with the family or reading audiobooks sort of mindfulness project. Really enjoying that. So that is staying. So the first book I am currently in the middle of, and I need to, I've also got it in a Wobbly Owl, which is a hay on rye bookshop that my mum bought me. So that's just the project bag it's sitting in. Not that exciting. Okay, so the first book I'm reading is Chasing the Wild by Elliot Rose, which is a cowboy romance. Second chance, I think, ex-boyfriend's dad. We're following like a veterinarian student who's kind of broke and screwed over by her ex-boyfriend, and then ends up on the ranch, snowed in on the ranch with her ex-boyfriend's dad, who they both had the hots for each other. That's also my book club book. So I will be finishing that. Book club's in like 2 days, so I will be trying to motor through that. You will notice a bit of a... So this is, or was... I know I'm frogging this just because I can't do it, and I've restarted it 3 or 4 times. This was going to be a Wonder Woman shawl for my mother. And I can't do it. I don't know what it is. I can't do German short rows. I'm getting confused. It's not the pattern at all. The pattern is very well written. It's beautiful. It was on my 9 in 9 makes, but unfortunately I also at this point in time am much more I'm even halfway through a row, which is a big no-no. So I will... finishing this, I will be frogging it. This is Big Baby by Pattern. It's really soft, beautiful yarn, and I will make my mother something. She generally really loves Wonder Woman, but I am not vibing with knitting at the moment. I'm much more a crocheter at this point in time, even though my mother knits and is amazing at it. I just like the idea of making my mother something, and she would have been very chuffed with having something. So unfortunately we are going to book this. So the next e-book, or Little Red Death, which is a ARC, so an advanced reader copy I've been given. It is so fun and meta and interesting. So we're following Layla, who is a police detective who is on the case, but also the case is very similar to something that happened to her friend one night. Her friend was kidnapped, and all that was left in her bed was a poisoned apple. And we're also following a author who has been kidnapped by the killer and is being made to reimagine and write fairy tales so that, and kill them in the characters in fairy tales so that the killer can enact them. So it's the idea of art versus things, and there's also talk about mushrooms, which is really interesting to me, so really will be looking forward to that. I kind of sit down at the end of each night and read like 15-20% of it, so read for an hour and get through. It covers beautiful as well. I am also taking part in the hardest reading challenge you'll ever do by QWordie, which is also being a year-long reader challenge, and there is a prompt to try and read remixes and reimaginings. So this is a very different vibe. It's also introducing a lot of different folklore or different takes on it, which is really interesting. And there is also another prompt in the reading challenge. I freed my needles. Called Bookception. So to read a book within a book. So I could use it for that one as well. Is this cotton? It's beautiful yellow. I don't know what I started. I think it's a washcloth. I'm not sure. But I'm reclaiming my needles for that. And I've barely started. I might just make some washcloths for my child's teachers for the end of the year with that. I also do have some lily and sugar cotton, so they can be hand towels or face washes. This is Lion Brand or Bennett cotton in golden or sunshine. I'm not 100% sure. The next book I am in the middle of is Wither and Bloom, which is a Sapphic Hades Persephone reimagining as well. It's very straightforward. It's following pretty much the same vibe as the myth. I am kind of in two minds of whether or not I put this one on hold. It's got a beautiful cover, but whether or not I put this on hold and come back to it when I'm potentially more in tune with what's going on with it. Just sort of it's very stagnated in a way, and chapters on my Kindle, because I'm reading it like on my e-reader, are like an hour long, and I'm one of these, like, at the end of the chapter I'll assess whether or not I'm feeling awake enough to read the next chapter, because it also tells you how much is left in the next chapter, and then I gauge it by that. But getting out of one chapter and then going, I still want to read more, but I don't know I've got enough in me to read like another hour, is kind of where it's losing me a bit. So yes, there is a part of me that wants to maybe put this one on hold for now. Yes, because that's right, because I just finished an audiobook of a young adult dystopian science fiction called Selfless, which is quite good. It gave very sort of 1984 Divergent, Fahrenheit 451 kind of vibes of no creativity, very stick in your lane. You're each given the right, like, you go to marry that person and stuff, and there's a rebellion and such. So with that being said, yeah, so I've got a potential sort of soft DNF, put it down, come back to it later. Two definite finishes. We'll probably have to get Chasing the Wild quicker than Little Red Death. Have confirmed that, because that's what's kind of needing to be done by the end of the week. And then we go into the Dartmoor Dash, which is the big reading thing. So I am going to be pulling out some other audiobooks. I do have the Kingless Crown as an audio here, which is a epic dark fantasy that I need to get to for August. As well, this is another shawl I started knitting. I'm this far in. I know I started doing it wrong, and I know it's a Stephen West shawl pattern, but do you think I can tell you which one it is? No. And I actually want to take this yarn and make something else crocheted wise with it. I bought the pattern because I love it. So reclaiming this yarn. So I would also love for you to tell me what you've been reading lately and crafting. Do you like knitting? Are you more a crocheter? Do you paint? What else do you create? Because I also do have books coming out. As I said, I'm an author. I do have a cosmic horror releasing in the 14th of September, and we deal with the death of a loved one, going down into a demon realm, emerging. So what happens when grief transcends and turns into a weapon, and love transcends death? So this one is this one I know what it is, because I had the ball band, it fell off. It's Karen Cakes, again, telling a theme, and it is in the red velvet colorway. This is kind of my vibey colors wise. Yes, and that is Shadows Beyond the Gates. There is also 12 other stories in that. It's a series out with Bushland Castle Productions, which is very good and very exciting. The first one came out, and it's sort of magical realism called Enchanting the... Where did they go? No, they're not out currently. They're not on my shelf. I really should put them on my shelf. Enchanted Escapes. And we're following a young girl as she goes from realm to realm, dealing with being a quite sickly young lady. There is also one called Awakening the Mother of Beasts. So we've got vampires and witches and werewolves and beasties, shape-shifting creatures. So that's also a very good... I did get to arc read that one. This, I think, was going to be a baby blanket, but the baby's now like 2 years old. So I'm going to reclaim this yarn. It's beautiful. It's an acrylic called Woodland. I'm pretty sure I have a second one of those around. So that's also a frog. Do you like these sort of videos? It's very boring. This one was going to be a blanket for my daughter. When she was younger. She's 6. It's really chunky yarn. It's panda cotton. I think it was the dotted skyline. I don't knit nearly as quickly as I crochet. And I also have misplaced the pattern. So what I am going to do is also frog this. So pretty much all my knitting is becoming frogged, I think. Just because I don't find that brings me joy currently. Another cotton contraption that's being frogged. Okay. These are all being... I don't know actually. Okay. So this is a scrappy reading nook blanket as well. Goes this way. I think this is all in double crochet. Yes, double crochet. We'll be keeping this. Come back into the September video and you'll see some more information about that one. We have the beginning. So yes, and this took me so long to start, mainly because I just could not wrap my little brain around it. And I'm really scared I have to restart this, but I'm going to see if I can figure out where I am. And that is the Betty McKnit 6-Day Star Blanket. I want to make one so bad, and I have this beautiful yarn. So I will be continuing on with that. Ooh, don't you love when you find pieces in your house? Okay. This is 2 ears and a wing to a bat by Loops and Threads. Loops and Knots, sorry. Loops and Knots bat pattern. I love it. We'll definitely make the rest of it. So these stay. These are staying. This. Yes, this. Okay. This is another granny square. Karen Skinny Cake again. And I think watermelon or melon smoothie. So I just started this. I'm going to make a granny square cocoon shrug for my bonus mum. I think I frogged it off a different project because I just wasn't vibing with that one. or it wasn't working out and I lost the idea of what I was doing. So I have more of this. So that's high on my list of priorities. I'm actually going to put that in a separate WIP basket, bag even. And then the last one is okay, so it's a leaf. But this is one of 3 leaves for a mandrake that I use the pattern for by Mill Crochets. It's a free pattern on her website. It's so easy to follow, great. Makes a plushie about this big. Beautiful about that. So I have frogged 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 4, 6. I'm frogging 6 things and I am keeping 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6. So out of 12, I frogged half and kept half, and I am 6% going to keep what I'm reading. So if you enjoyed this video and would like to know more about the September plans, hit that little subscribe button. And I will also, if you want, a vlog over the weekend of the Dartmoor Dash reading, so you can come along with us and see what we're doing. But until next time, let's use our voices to promote positive change in the world. Thank you and bye-bye.